Our big story tonight, what is a verbal promise, a commitment worth in the halls of state government?
And what is Governor Doug Ducey doing to keep his promise? Good evening and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kadiba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. For the first time in 2 months, we spoke with the governor on camera about the commitment that he made to call lawmakers into a special session. The purpose is to lift an antiquated spending cap on Arizona's schools. But time is running out.
Team 12's Joe Dana has been following this story and joins us live from the Alert Center. Joe?
Republican House Education Chair Michelle Udall has made it clear the governor has a pathway to fulfill this promise, that she has made a list of votes needed and checked it twice.
Let's go.
We tell our kids
Anyone else?
to follow through on their commitments,
We should all keep our promises.
to be reliable.
The ghost of Christmas present.
And we hope our community leaders reflect those values.
He is one of our leaders, so he should lead by example.
At a ceremonial Christmas tree lighting this week, Misty, a firefighter's wife and mom of 2 teens in public high school,
My kids are struggling because they don't get the one-on-one that they need.
discusses Governor Doug Ducey's promise he made to legislators, and by default to Arizona's public schools.
I know that the school needs a lot of resources. I know they're very short-staffed.
Misty hopes if there's anything the governor can do to keep his promise, to make the jobs of administrators easier heading into the new year, that he's working to make it happen.
But even though it's not a written promise, I think that any time a verbal promise is made as well, it should be followed through.
But is that the case at the Capitol? Critics of the deal have asked why legislators relied on a verbal promise in the first place, in an environment where political leverage, special interests, and surprise election results can complicate things.
My request is that we come together.
A bipartisan group of legislators pleaded with Ducey last week to fulfill his commitment with a special session before year's end, thereby making all the money approved actually available to schools.
I asked a member of the governor's senior staff, is this promise coming from the governor directly? They said yes.
Without an immediate special session, they are going to have to start making plans for how to cut $1.4 billion.
Governor Ducey told us on October 4th he just needed the votes.
And I don't have any evidence of the votes at this time.
But several lawmakers say no one from the governor's office or legislative leadership had even contacted them as of last week to find out if they were available for a special session. Finally, on Monday, we had a chance to ask the governor directly.
Governor, what have you done to find out if you have enough votes to call a special session to lift the AEL?
Listen, I've always said that I'm not going to call a special session unless I have the votes, and there are things in addition to the AEL that I'd like to see get done.
The governor and his team know full well what they committed to and promised back in June.
Democratic Senator Sean Bowie, who helped broker the deal, is also a professor of politics and ethics at ASU. Your experience at the Capitol, how common are verbal agreements? How serious are they considered to be?
Well, at the legislature, your word is important. And if you don't keep your word and you break your promises, that's a way to not have good relationships at the state capitol.
The governor is gone by January.
He helps Scrooge reflect on his past.
His actions could still have a lasting impact.
And if we're not doing those things, especially people that are in office or government officials, they're teaching the rest of us that it's okay to not do what we say.
Now, last week, Education Chair Udall told me she planned to meet with the governor personally. We don't know if that has happened. One legislator did tell me he was contacted by Republican leadership just yesterday about his availability for a special session. It may not be too late. Joe Dana, 12 News.